Alright, so I had some folks ask about 3D printed parts and how they do with being submerged in water. So I did some PLA plus parts for my company that I use, Swamp Stick, and did a couple tests with them. So a lot of these I put in mason jars, so you can see the parts floating in there. And so you can see the weight I wrote on the top. So there's the overall weight and everything else, and then there's the date. So I put these in these jars in the end of September. It's now the beginning of May in 22. So first off, just for sake of proving it out, weigh the whole thing. And so we were seeing 406 grams. And so when I canned it, it was weighing right around 407. So we'll call 1 gram to error. But crack this guy open. And here we have the PLA part. So just off the feel of it, the part feels completely solid. It feels just like when it went in. I'm not seeing any visual deformation from it. Go ahead and wipe the scale off here, and then we'll go ahead and weigh it. So it was, according to the lid, 15 grams roughly when we put it in there, and it's looking like it's currently reading in at 16 grams. Not sure if you guys can see that, 16 grams. So again, I would say, honestly, if it absorbed any water at all, it was negligible. So that tells you right there, it's been in there for like 6 months, and we're really not seeing any water absorption. That's actually fully soaking it in here. So part of the concerns I was having from customers was that we would end up seeing it absorb a lot of water, because we know that PLA plastics can absorb water. But really the concern around PLA plastics absorbing water is when you have it on the spool and then it goes and absorbs the water, and then you try and print it. These are already printed parts, so we're really not worried about the same type of stuff here. Here I got the next part out. I forgot to weigh the whole container, but really we saw the first one. I'm not expecting any evaporation from them. They've just been sitting here. So same thing, put that on there, and I'm looking right at the same, 16. So maybe a gram of water absorption. That could just be some water still stuck on the inside of these things. Tough to say, but again, feels exactly the same. Been in there since the end of September. And I will run through and do the other two real quick. So these ones I put in the end of October. Initially I was going to just do this test over a couple months, so that one's a little gross on there. We got some rust. But initial plan was to only have to do this over like a month and see what the water absorption was, and I just got busy and forgot to pull them out. So now we're looking at more like 6 months of water absorption, which is a lot better off to test this stuff. So same thing, dried this one off. Again, the part looks exactly like it did when it went in. Make sure we pull off all the water off the top of that. Toss it on here. Again, right at 16. So we are pretty much seeing them all come out exactly the same. They were 15 grams when they went in. That's what they, the printer even said they would weigh based on the amount of consumed plastic. And so just looking like we're getting maybe a gram of water absorption, but nothing really substantial. Last one. And we're at another 16. So there you guys have it. We're not seeing any issues with weather, not seeing any degradation. So most of the people that are using my parts aren't necessarily submerging them in water for months on end. And so this tells you, even if you submerge it for months on end, we're not seeing any issues. So I don't think we'd have any problems with any products with 3D printed parts on them. Hope you guys enjoy the video.